Okay, guys, so welcome. Today we'll take a look on major and minor pairs, swing trading style, 4 hourly, daily, and weekly time frame. So we will start in minute and a half. So skip that if you're watching a recording. Um, yeah, so that's it. We will just wait that few people join us. So that's it, guys. Uh, in this week, we have some news. Tomorrow we have Aussie rate decision and Wednesday CAD rate and Thursday Euro rate. So these are major news uh, for this current week. So we have to consider that into our trading. So that's it. We'll wait just a half a minute more and yeah, we will start. If you have any questions during the stream, let me know. Also, join to our Skype room. I will. The description is down in the. The link to the Skype room is down in the description. Otherwise, contact me somehow. Um, so that's it. Yeah. Okay. So let's get started. I'll not wait for 5 or 10 minutes like usually. We do have recording. So the first pair I'm going to check is New Zealand dollar, so Kiwi. Uh, I'll do sort of a half an hour stream most likely. So we're on a pretty decent resistance zone. We do have EMA 200 on a weekly, some sort of a resistance support which is acting as a resistance. We've got some sideways movement. Also, this weekly pin bar was very obvious. Actually, I'm still shorting New Zealand dollars since down there, so this was an entry and still waiting that price will come to down here to this support. If this will not happen, we'll hit stop loss. So for now, we are just sort of squeezed right here. So for conservative entries, wait for a break of this trend line and wait for a lower low and a lower high after break of that. So that's it. New Zealand CAD, I have actually entered this trade. I'm actually in a two trades on New Zealand CAD. Let's clean the charts. We're in a weekly resistance. Okay, so but as far many people thinks that more touches the better it is, but this is not true. At some point of time, price will break this sort of a resistance. So the third touch is still okay, but the price action is currently, I would like that price react much faster, like here, and here. So this is a very slow transition to the downtrend or however. But I'm still shorting. This was an entry, a daily pin bar, and after that stop loss above here. I was actually a little bit lucky that I was not stopped out. I admit that. I'm actually surprised that I was not stopped out because stop is right above here. And now we've got another very strong bearish candle, and this entry is sell stop below this candle. I have risked less than normally because we're on Wednesday we do have a CAT rate decision, so and I am already in a CAT short, so I've risked 0.25%. Normally I do risk 0.5% to 1%, so I've just set it a little bit to the short side. So I'm looking for take profits in this zone. So that's it for now. Just wait. Otherwise, on a 4 hourly time frame, we've also got a very nice broken trend line like that. Wow, like that. We've also got a divergence right here. You can see very obvious divergence. This was actually no, I thought it is a pin bar. Sorry. After that, we've got a break of that and lower low, lower high. So if you are entering maybe with 50% retracement, this might be just an entry. So also 4 hourly confirms us that this is a bearish move. So we're expecting that price moves to the downside. That's it. Aussie, New Zealand. I have also set my order. Actually, we are on a pretty strong support. It's not a historical support. It's not historical support, but it is intra price action support. So this swing low is acting as a support. Okay. So we've got on a daily, we've got divergence, nice divergence. That's it. This is one side indication, and we've also got some sort of a price losing momentum to the downside. This doji candle is very obvious indication. Also, I mean, this is an impulse lag, sort of a small retracement and some sort of exhaustion. So this is an exhausted move. This might also be advanced pattern, I believe. It's 61, so point B is 61.8. So if I remember right, this is a Gartley pattern formation, and 127 is an entry. Yeah, so this is also a valid Gartley pattern. But why I have actually set my order up here and stop loss below here? Stop loss firstly is not just below this low, but is actually below this low. I believe you have a picture of me. I have set my stop loss below this low for 10 pips. Why I have set buy limit on above this candle and not above this candle is actually because I understand how price action is moving on a lower time frame, and it's sort of we have a four bars in the same range like here, so it's a obvious range on a lower time frame. So you can see clearly here that break of this resistance zone will be my entry. Okay, so for conservative traders, wait for this might be a trend line, good trend line, and resistance. This is a resistance, so wait for a higher high and a higher low and look for a bullish evidence. This is for conservative 4-hourly intraday setup. Okay, so that's it. USD CAD, actually I'm shorting that right here, stop loss above here, so it's a little bit longer term trade. We've got a very nice weekly pin bar. Let's clean this. We've got a nice trend line which was broken with daily engulfing candle. We've got a lower low, not very obvious one. Yeah, I mean on weekly, but on a daily is very good one. I expected that price will reject in this area, honestly. So we'll get some sort of a bearish price action formation right here. But I learned the hard way that putting a stop loss just above a candle in a trending setup like this. I mean, in this case, trend is changing from consolidation wedge to the downtrend. In these cases, it's more safe. It is safer to put stop loss above last swing or above whole high. I mean, daily, weekly high. So in this case, it was working. For example, imagine that this would be a very bearish candle pattern, so we would short and stop loss above this candle and we would be stopped out, and after that price might continue to the downside and we would be upside. Of course it is a part of the game, but it's safer to put stop loss above previous swings. So for now, my whole prediction is bearish. So this daily weekly pin bar, broken trend line, resistance CMA to 36 is acting as a resistance as well. So now what to do? Actually, wait for the easiest way is to wait for 4 hourly 1 to 3 back to this resistance zone. EMA 200 might act as a resistance, 36 as well, 633 EMA as well. And of course, for conservative stops, as we said, stop loss above here, sell limit, or wait for candle right in this zone. Also Fibonacci retracement of 50%, maybe some sort of a spike to 61. However, that's it. Take profits are in this zone. Or you might also look for, if you're looking for a longer term trades, in this low. Okay, so that's it for CAD. Pound dollar actually forming is showing some sort of weakness in this candle and this candle, today's daily candle as well, on a resistance zone. I personally don't want to short pound so low. It's pretty low. I would enter this on an intraday account. We can clearly see on a 4 hourly divergence, which is showing losing a momentum to the upside, and after that we might go on a 1 hourly and wait for it's not clear price action. This is a kind of a long-term trend line. This is I will not bother you with that, but because it is not nice. I mean, it would be the best to get a lower low and a lower high up to here, but we do not have a clear support which could be broken, or even trend line which could be broken. So that's it. But daily indicates us we're on a resistance daily, and we've got a daily candle rejection and daily divergence as well. So it's a good area to short. Okay. Pound Aussie. Also, we are on a resistance. I mean, it's not resistance, it's a swing high, and we've got this inside bar and another inside. Is that 2-day inside bar? Yeah, indeed. So we might get a break of that here on a pound Aussie. It's actually more visible than on a pound dollar. This is a good trend line. So I'm waiting on an intraday account to get a lower low and a lower high. So I'll be shorting. I mean hedging, because I'm still pound long on pound pairs. So that's it. So support will act as a resistance. EMA 36 might also pop up as well, indeed. So wait for break of a trend line. EMA 36 support. This support, swing low support, will act as a resistance when price will come up to here. So that's it. We're on a daily resistance. Daily candles are showing the weakness, but again, pound is pretty low and exhausted on a weekly trend. So I might expect some sort of a retracement. I mean, I expect retracement back to here into this zone, okay, before selling it heavily. So that's it. Pound CAD again on resistance, quite almost the same story. I'm still long pound CAD. Actually, I've hedged it up here and take some some profits. Trail stop is below here, so for now there's actually nothing worth to mention. Pound yen, Still have some room to the upside. But this 4 hourly is pretty strong. I actually don't like that, because when the price accelerates so fast on a 4 hourly time frame, or even on a daily time frame, when you see a few days just straight up, there will be some sort of a retracement sooner or later. So it's kind of hard to watch. So I try to hedge. So yeah, wait that price come to this zone, or if pound pairs will, because of other pound pairs are already on a resistance, as we said, that pound yen might follow and to the downside as well. Euro Aussie, I'm actually still shorting that. We're in some sort of a range right now. I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but when the price will bounce from up here, then this will be confirmed range. I like three bounces. So that's it. I'm short from here. Okay. Let me take a second. I will not rush. I'm also human. I cannot make an analysis just in 2 seconds. So if we assume that we are on the top of this range, on a resistance zone, and we've got a pretty decent impulse lag, this spike is not very nice. I mean, it might be very strong support, so price might again bounce up here, but when we'll get a break of this resistance to the upside, wait for 1 to 3 setup back, so back to here, so resistance will act as a support. Okay, so for shorts, wait that price retrace back to this support, which will act as a resistance. We've got a major impulse lag. That means this impulse lag is stronger than any other impulse lags right here. So this might be this is an indication for bears are taking control. So wait for a retracement back to here and look for short evidence. Of course, for aggressive traders, put a stop loss above this candle. Let's say that you've got you'll get a daily pin bar or some sort of a bearish candle, and put stop loss above the wicks for aggressive stop loss. But for a conservative stop loss, put stop loss above this high, or this high, or this high. It depends. It's very subjective, personal. You will figure out. I sometimes put it above just less swings, sometimes above whole swings. It's very subjective. There's nothing right or nothing wrong. So you will have to figure out that by yourself. Okay, that's it. And target, of course, if you're going to short, target these lows. Okay. Euro pound, I'm still shorting. Still shorting that. But we are on some sort of a support right now. On a 4 hourly, actually, it looks pretty stronger support than on a daily. On a daily, actually, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing, so price might fall. I mean, and here's what I don't like when price just push like that. Is that, I mean, sooner or later we'll get a major retracement to back here, and of course we as the traders don't like that. And the solution for that is on this sort of a minor supports, structures to hedge. How to hedge? Actually, I'm shorting from up here, so stop. This is an entry candle. We were on a weekly resistance. I'll not go into details of this trade because it's so far ago. Sell stop was below this candle, stop loss above here, and we have reached some sort of a minor support. So let's say that you have short 1 micro lot, so 0.01. Or let's say that you have entered a 0.02% right here. Okay, So now we have approached, price came to this support, and now what you can do, you can buy with 0.02 as original entry, and take some sort of a take profit somewhere around here, and put stop loss to the break even or above swing. So in this case, if you will get stopped out by original order, you will still make a profit with this. But what you can also do is hedge with smaller position. That means if you're originally with 0.02 lots, with 2 micro lots shorting, you can actually long this, buy with 1 micro lot. So even if the price will continue to the downside, you will still make profit. But if the price will retrace, you will not lose as much as you would if you would not hedge right here. So when you are not sure about, if you're not very sure about if it is right place to hedge, hedge with smaller amounts, like with my 1 micro lot in this case, in this example. But if you're very sure if it is opposite trading signal, valid, good, solid signal, then hedge with 0.02, so 2 micro lots in this example. Okay, so that's it. I have actually hedged on an intraday account on this candle, and I'm still waiting that the price will retrace. So that's it. Euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar still in this weekly range. Price is currently, swings are very nice. That means that price react quite clear from certain points, but which is very nice and easier to predict. But currently we are just somewhere in the middle of this sort of intra week channel, or how to call it. So there's nothing very appealing to me. Otherwise, we've got a break of this trend line with a lower low, lower high, but I saw that on a web that some traders actually took shorts right here, which is reasonable level, because swing low act as a resistance and swing high some sort of a resistance, but I'm not interested in that. USD Swiss, pretty much the same. We've got a very nice bearish candle, but the location of this, yes, it is on previous resistance, so on previous swing high. So this is the initial high, low, high, low, and price is currently on last high. So it acts as a resistance, of course, but it's not sort of a resistance I would like. It would be much better if this candle prints up here, okay? Just for idea. Location of the candle candle pattern is very important. So as you can see, here is a previous swing. This is a retest of that and a retest of that as well. And this location is right on this swing low, on this support, okay? But here we still have some room to here, and it is not perfect. Price might slowly climb to here and just stop this out, and after that fall down. So the location is very important, really. Cat Swiss, just nothing, guys. I will not bother you with that. Okay, price is on an Aussie Swiss. We are currently sort of in a sort of a triangle. I mean wedge, not triangle. And I was shorting on this candle, was shorting and took profits right here on the support. This was a very decent trade. And now price is slowly moving to the upside. So here's the trick. When I was talking about that, I don't like a lot of touches on a resistance or support. Here's the good example. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, and now I will not short right here again, because there's a more likely that price will sooner or later break this wedge to the upside or to the downside. I don't know which side, but I know that it will. And price is squeezing. There's less and less movement, less and less people are participating, and they're just waiting for boom and some sort of a news or breakout candle or anything like that. So that's it. I will just wait for higher high, higher low, breaking this resistance or breaking this trend line to the downside. Okay, so like that. That's it. Let's move on. Euro Swiss. I have actually set my no, for Euro Swiss I haven't. Let me take a look. Okay, so this is a very interesting example, because we have a 2 time frame conflict. We've got a very nice weekly pin bar. Okay, and this is showing on some sort of a reasonable play location. This is a 50% or 61. Oh, it's a little bit less because of this spike. It's pretty, I mean, it's decent location. Also some sort of a resistance support in this zone. So weekly is kind of a short price action. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but what do we have on a daily is a break of this wedge. And this is a higher high and a higher low. We've got the resistance act as a support, EMA 200 act as a support, this purple line, EMA 36 will act. So we're looking for some sort of a bullish candle formation in this zone, looking for buy. But we have to understand that this is a weekly pin bar, and we've got a very common 4-hourly price action for bearish movement. That means a very nice broken trend line. We've got a divergence on a 4-hourly, which is showing the fading of momentum, losing of momentum, and we've got a very nice strong impulse, a strong candle now, impulse lag. I mean, lower low and a lower high. So this might be an opportunity to short on a 4-hourly if price return back to this zone. So weekly is short, daily is looking pretty bullish, 4-hourly is also looking pretty bearish. So it's a very conflicting situation which we don't want to be involved in, or with a little risk. So that's it. I personally cannot tell you which option would I pick right now. I mean, it depends. I mean, the price is right here. I cannot tell you what would I decide. I mean, if I would get a very nice pin bar on a daily right here in this zone, I would, yeah, go along with tiny risk. So that's it, guys. This was just for a little bit more for educational purposes. So two or three time frame are if they are conflicting each other, be careful. Okay. Pound New Zealand. I'm still long from around here, trailing stop loss below this swings low. After that, we've got a broken resistance. You can see it's sort of a trend line, I mean channel. However, resistance with this candle, these two candles, this is an impulse lag, this is a confirmation of broken resistance trend line. This is a resistance trend line, and we've got a pretty decent support as well. This is a pretty strong trend line support, and for sure in the future I want to be involved somewhere around this. Again, for another trade, ideally would be if the price will make another higher high and lower low back to this resistance zone trend line, EMA 36 as well. So very good potential setup. If you're not already in, just wait for now. That's it. Aussie dollar. Again, it is a conflicting situation. Why? I mean, price action is just messed right here. Weekly is overall bullish because of breaking trend line. Right here, broken trend line, higher high, higher low. Very nice bullish candle formation. But after that, we've got a very nice two bearish candle formations, rejections, and we've also got a daily broken trend line. So this might act as a lower low, and a lower high, but the weekly candle. Yeah, it's some sort of a doji. I mean, it's conflicting because this is a weekly rejection to the downside. That means the price might go to down here to retest these lows. But in the meantime, weekly broken this trend line. The whole formation is bullish. So again, I want to stay away from this kind of situations or risk a little. So we can clearly see some sort of losing a momentum right here, inside bar, and yeah, we might actually get some sort of a bearish candle formation in this zone. So support act as a resistance. It's not very clear and obvious. Support's a little bit more advanced, I mean minor, however, and wait for some sort of a bearish candle. So if you're a conservative trader, enter right in this zone right here and stops above here. Or if you're an aggressive trader, I mean you want to put stop loss aggressively, put it just above the entry candles. So put stop loss above entry candle. To target, I would seriously prefer targeting this zone as an entry point, but you can take profits in this sort of a support zones, which are kind of noisy, but pay attention to this. Okay, so on gold, I saw that exhausted move. I mean exhausted. The uptrend is still picking up, but this divergence is showing a lot of potential to the downside. We're also on a resistance zone somehow, and I haven't entered it because I don't know, I cannot enter it on Wanda. I said on one of my streams that I'll just enter after the stream, that I'll enter a gold short, and I wanted, and I just couldn't. I mean, this didn't bother me. I mean, otherwise, why I preferred short, it was because of this broken support. Entry is right here, support acts as a resistance, stop loss above previous swing, and yeah, that's it. But now we've got a very strong bullish candle formation. So this might completely be not respected, my whole idea, and might act this. I mean, price might react to this support zone, not to this trend line and broken this minor level, but to this. So we don't know. As a traders, we predict. We trade profitable patterns, so we don't know. So a good entry is setup idea is to wait that price return back to this resistance, which act as a support, like that. 1 2 3. Stop loss below there if you're aggressive, below the entry week low. Otherwise, you can enter that on another way, on a daily time frame, to put a buy limit above this candle, above high of this candle, and stop loss below there. But this might be also because we've got also a very nice weekly pin bar. Location is not the best. Let me draw this trend line. Actually, yeah, the location of this is not the perfect. It might be a little bit lower, so this trend line could pick up. I mean, be respected or counted. But if you're looking for a longer term investment, this might be in a good area. Otherwise, I would really prefer buying gold, physical gold, in this area or in this area. In a perfect world. So that's it. Aussie cat. I was unluckily stopped from this trade last week, or even one week earlier. This was my entry. Sell stop below this candle, stops above here. I trailed my stop. This candle. It was this candle. I would be stopped out anyway. I'm not going to that story. It's past. I mean, it's gone. Let's focus on now. What you can do right now is actually nothing, because we're in this box on a daily time frame, and you can do nothing on a 4 hourly or even daily. So I'll not really bother you with that. Let's move that bad boy right here. So EuroCat, nothing worth to mention really. It's just complete mess. Okay, so you can see a very strong 4 hourly candles. What does that mean? That we do have a nice trend line on a lower time frames, and that we are currently on some sort of a resistance zone. This is probably good for intraday traders. So let's go on a 1 hourly time frame. So you can see, wow, what a great trend line. We might also redraw it right here like that, and wait for that price will break this trend line, okay? And wait that price will retrace back to this low, okay? Like that. This is a good intraday 1 hourly, or when the price will broke down right here and will be retracing to up here, you can scalp in these zones. I'll actually, if I believe that some of you would be interested in some scalping tips as well, but for now let's focus on and master this 4 hourly, daily, and weekly, sometimes 1 hourly. But actually the technique is the same on a 4 hourly, daily, or on a 5 minutes. So it's just a little bit more intense. So nothing worth to mention. Actually, I'll put that on a right side. New Zealand Swiss. Yeah, actually, our New Zealand pairs are pretty exhausted and bearish. I expect some sort of a bearishness. Yeah, but on a weekly. On a weekly, this might move much further from the price action, because this resistance was pretty well bounced, as you can see. Yeah. So, but now we've got a very interesting, I mean, you can clearly see, what you can see from these three candles is that there is some sort of a rejection. Why? Because price wanted to move further, but was by the end of the day rejected. Again, another day it tried to push even further than previous low, because we're high, and was rejected to back down to here. And today, I mean yesterday, today's candle, yeah, tried to push even further and was closed back then. It was not rejected very much, but still some sort of a rejection. Ideally, this candle, if this candle would close right here, so bearish candle, like on a New Zealand cat, like that, this would be an entry. But you have to consider, have in mind that I'm already in a lot of New Zealand pairs shorting, so I would really split that risk again, so 0.25% per trade. Again, location of these candles is not the best. Why? Because this candle's resistance, top of this resistance is pretty, a little bit higher, around 30 pips above. And I really like that this is a dirty little secret. I like that wick from an entry candle spikes above the resistance high. In this case, that this is a high of the resistance. That's entry spikes a little bit higher. So it stopped out many traders. It's called trap trading, or I'll not get into that in details right now, but just to explore a little bit, to give you some material, or I'll make some sort of a video in the futures. So USDN, just quickly, it's almost an hour. Let's make this in under 5 minutes. So USDN made sort of a double bottom on a support. You can clearly see I believe it's history. Yeah, it's historical strong support level. Price pretty much exhausted from a double bottom. Also, do we have divergence right here? No, we don't. We've got a very nice daily price action candle, which is showing clearly a bullishness. I was actually looking that price retrace back to down here. Let's take a look on another time frame. I was actually looking that when a price had formed this impulse lag, that price retrace back to this resistance, which could act as a resistance. Buy limit right here, stop loss below this low, and that's it. This is as simple as possible. I told you an entry in about 10 seconds. All the rules, simple as that, guys. So that's it on a daily. I mean, weighted price reached this zone, and yeah, but otherwise have in mind that price is very exhausted on a weekly. We're on a weekly support, historical support. The double prices have formed on a weekly double bottom. That means there is a price. I mean, support is there. So the golden rule is that you don't want to sell on a support. You don't want to sell short on a support or buy on a resistance in highs. Okay, so this is a golden rule. For now, we might get some sort of a retracement, but otherwise nothing worth mention. Swiss yen pretty much the same. Actually, I really it is almost the same. Yeah, I mean, I'll not bother with that. KDM pretty much the same. Actually, we might get oh, nice. You can see that EMA 200, yeah, this might be a valid opportunity. Sort of a resistance right here is sort of a EMA 200, long-term trend line, short-term trend line. Yeah, we might get some sort of a retracement and get some sort of a EMA 200 and this support line, some sort of a bullish candle formation. Because this trend line was broken pretty strong, guys, and I really like that. So I'm looking for bullish in this zone, bullish evidence candles in this zone. Euro yen, still long from up here. So it is a very textbook setup. Resistance act as a support, so higher high, higher low, broken channel. Yeah, that's it. Right now we've got a pretty bearish. We're not there yet. This is a resistance, major swing high, but this is also a minor swing high where price is not there yet, but it was pretty close. We've got a very nice divergence. You can see divergence, very strong divergence, and some sort of a pin bar. Yeah, I have actually settled short. Hold on. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Oh, I have it on MT4 as well. Here's an entry, stop loss above here. So I'm still long here. So it's a hedging trade. It's a hedging trade, and I'll be. My take profit is in this zone, right around here. So I have moved stop loss on a break even. Even if the price will continue to the downside and stop me out from original trade, I'll still make profit. And this is the beauty of hedging. And as soon as you get used to it, it's a little bit tough on the beginning because you're afraid somehow. But when you realize that when you hedge your trades or half hedge, I mean hedge only with half of the price, you become much more relaxed because you are not afraid of this sort of a retracement, bigger retracement, which often are just price just turns and stop you out from original trade. So don't be afraid to hedge and experiment with that. So I'll put that right here on a little bit hotter watch list. New Zealand yen, again, as which pair it was? New Zealand Swiss, yeah, pretty much the same. Lower low, broken trend line, lower high. This might be an entry, but we are not. What I don't like is that daily is not on this swing high yet. This is not a perfect location, not perfect location of this candle, and we do not have enough evidence on a daily that this will move to the downside. What do I mean by that is that these candles are pretty strong and this candle is pretty bearish, but I would like to have some sort of a doji or inside bar like that. Like here we have a pretty strong impulse, like, and after that we've got inside bars, some sort of inside bar again, and some sort of a bullish candle formation. Okay, so in this case when I want to trade like that broken trend line, lower low, lower high, I really want to have a good solid candle formation on a daily, on 4 hourly as well. So this is 2 time frame confirmation. As I said I believe in every and each video, it's very important, 2 time frame or 3 time frame confirmation. So what does that mean? I mean, that means 2 or 3 time frames, let's say daily and a 4 hourly, are showing the indicators for, let's say, short only, not short and buy. So that means daily short and 4 hourly buy. This is a conflict, and you don't want to trade that, or with tiny risk. These are an aggressive trade. So 2 or 3 time frames, even better, have to align together. So that's it, guys. That's it. Let me know. I'll just wait 1 or 2 minutes just for 1 or 2 questions quickly. Otherwise, I'm done for today. I'll just go straight up to the bed. I hope you liked it. Again, I said it will be a short stream. It's almost 1 hour long. Yeah, but that's it. Let me know on a Skype or in a Skype room. Actually, we do have a Skype room where each and every day I tell whether I will have a stream or not. If I don't respond, I'm usually not streaming. I'm actually streaming 2 times per week, 1, 2, or maximum 3 times per week, because on a daily time frame there's not a lot of movement. So get into a Skype room, contact me, so you will get notified when the stream will be on. So another stuff, we will just reach 100 subscribers. Actually, I do have 99 subscribers. So I've decided that for 100 subscribers, I'll do something for you guys. It will be one-on-one. I mean, yeah, it's sort of consulting. I mean, talk one-on-one about specific area where you are lacking in your trading. You will tell me your problem, about major problem which is having a bad impact on your trading, and we will talk about that. I'll tell you my example from experience. I'll give you some sort of a suggestion. So add me on Skype and yeah, contact me actually with your problem and your observations, and we will have actually some fun, and you will benefit from that as well. Okay. So that's it, guys. I can see no questions. So that's it. Ivers, have a nice night. Yeah. See you guys. Have a nice night. Bye.